Thank you for being a part of this year's virtual event and riding, walking, hiking, running, cycling, whatever it is that you did to participate at home for the Jewish future. One of the top priorities of the Jewish Federation is making sure every child in our community has the opportunity to a life-changing summer, and it devastated them not to be there this year. We've already signed them up for next year, and summer can't come soon enough. Kids who attend Jewish summer camp build a strong connection to Jewish values that continue through their lifetime. That's why today is so important. Because kids weren't able to attend this summer, the Federation was even more motivated to move forward with today's event. We need to make sure we have funds to send kids to camp next year. The link to donate is in the chat box. Please copy it and continue to share it with everyone in your networks. Thank you for your support, your participation, and on behalf of all the kids who will benefit from these funds, an extra special round of applause. It is now my pleasure to introduce Jase Anderson, President and CEO of the Jewish Federation of Greater Los Angeles.
Thanks, Lori, and thanks, everybody. Lori basically gave my entire talk. So all I'll say right now is, even in the midst of this historic pandemic, we're doubling down on our support for our summer camps. We've been working since the beginning of this to support our camps to make sure they got through a very tough summer without camp. And we are going to do everything we can as a federation to make sure that next summer, not only are there more and more kids going to our Jewish summer camps, but they have the best possible experience. It's at times like these, we have to double down on the things that we know make a difference in the life of our young people. And Jewish summer camp is the #1 driver of Jewish identity. Our federation has been doing everything we can to make sure that our most vulnerable are served during this pandemic, that we're making sure that our precious Jewish ecosystem, our synagogues, our schools, our daycare centers, early childhood, as well as our summer camps get through this in the best way possible. We're living through a historic pandemic that has impacted all of our lives, individually, our families, and our community. But our federation has stood strong and led us through this crisis, and we will continue leading for the coming weeks, months, and years as we get through all of this. When Rodney and I had our first conversation many moons ago about this, we believed that this could work, and it has. And I do want to give a special shout out to Julie Platt, our former chair of the board, the chair of the Foundation for Jewish Camp, an extraordinary community leader who was a champion of Tour de Summer Camp from the very beginning. I know Julie's on this call, and I want to thank her on behalf of everyone. I also want to thank the staff. It wasn't easy to put this virtual event together, and the staff has worked tirelessly to do it. So we are with you, our summer camps. We are with you, our young people. We will be with you today and in the future. And now it's my honor, and I put honor in quotation marks because there's so much we could say about Rodney. Rodney Freeman is a force of nature, a leader in our community, and it's Rodney's force of nature that got Tour de Summer Camp off the ground and made it the extraordinary success it has been for our community and for our camps. He is a great leader, a great friend, and we couldn't do it without him, and we thank him. And now I introduce my friend and partner, Rodney Freeman.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Lori, Marina, Mitch, everybody who's put so much in this, Michael and your team. I really, really appreciate it. You stole a little of my thunder to thank Julie as well, because her panic in her voice when there was a potential that Tour de Summer Camps wouldn't happen this year was real. And her enthusiasm and unwavering support, both financially and our biggest cheerleader, means a lot to make this happen. And thank you for that inspiration and continued friendship, Julie, as well. Thank you. So many faces that I could see on the screen. I wish I could hug you all for participating and doing what we did this year. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy to ask for money. It wasn't easy to give money. But everyone who's on this and who will see it in the future, really commend you for the unbelievable and unwavering support for our Jewish community, our summer camps, which is the backbone to so much of our continuity in our future. The enthusiasm around not only coming together as a community to ride, raise money together as a village, and to pull everyone together as a community. This is bigger than just a bike ride, but it's a way that we've now propelled not only Los Angeles, but our country from coast to coast. New Jersey had their own tour to summer camps just a couple of months ago. I raised over $500,000. It was their second one, completely modeled after what we've done, and now sharing notes nationally and internationally. And I'm really pleased on this morning's ride. We had people in multiple states and even one out of the country, all participating. Hopefully that's something new to come in the future. And my vision and I hope that this is a not only national but international way of creating virtual riders with us physically coming back together as a community. In this morning's spin ride, you know, I said, and I'll repeat for those that weren't there, it seems like the eights lined up for us today in a big way. It's our 8th year. We're getting close to $800,000. I think we're at 750 now. Corey, our terrific spin teacher, spoke about 8 being the sign of infinity and the importance that is for the continuity and future. And it was my personal 800th ride on my Peloton. And I got to share that with all of you and instead of with the Peloton family. So that was also very exciting for me. We're going to send a lot more kids to camp. The kids need it more than ever. And there's been extraordinary efforts to make this happen. And I really appreciate the Rosalind and Arthur Gilbert Foundation coming forward again as a presenting sponsor in a year that they're heavily invested in real estate. And everyone knows what happened at the beginning, but they are real leaders in our community and stepped up and once again was our presenting sponsor. Our Century sponsors, the Judy Bernie Briskin Endowment for Scholarship Fund, Julie and Mark Platt, which I've already made mention of, extraordinary leadership, both financially and emotionally and inspirationally. And thank you again for that. And this year, the family in loving memory of Robert and Ethel Kane, and thank you for them coming forward in a really big way, which made a big difference. Our Breakaway sponsors this year, Debbie and Mark and Anastasio, and Alice and Phil D. Toledo, both right from the beginning. Phil, you've been a great champion, and thank you for what you've done to support my efforts and for your leadership in this community and coming forward once again for us. Really makes a difference. So much effort went in behind the scenes, although we all know what effort it takes to run an event with multiple length rides throughout many, many miles. But putting together this virtual event was unique, special, and everyone did with enthusiasm. So all I could say from the bottom of my heart, I'll say it again, and I wish I could hug you all. And I just can't wait to be able to do that again next year at our start line, finish line, and everything in between. So thank you for all of that. I think Jeffrey, you're up next. Jeffrey has been a partner with me as the chair of our fundraising and our outreach. He is our top fundraiser once again. And I know while I was on the spin class, he was out on the road holding his own. And I really love, Jeffrey, for you to give us a few of your thoughts and words. And thank you for everything you're doing to help make this such a special, special thing.
Thank you very much, Rodney. It's an amazing event and you're an inspiration. And I truly wouldn't be here without you and your vision. And so the fact that this is in its 8th year and we continue to get stronger and stronger is a testament to your dedication and your insight and vision. So I appreciate that and thank you very much. And it's an easy ask when you ask me to be a part of this because I love Jewish summer camps. I'm an alumni of Camp Ramah, and I spent 11 summers there as a camper and then as a counselor I even went as when I was in university and worked weekends at Camp Ramah. It's been a huge part of my life, my kids' lives, my family's lives, my community. And so this is a great event that I have no problem being a part of every year. I want to thank not only Rodney, but I want to thank the Jewish Federation, all of our sponsors, all of our donors, all of our participants, everybody on the line today. We couldn't do it without you guys, and it's amazing to see that even in this pandemic that we were still able to pull off such an incredible event. And so I thank every one of you for your participation. I wanted to let you know the top fundraisers. So coming in 5th is Jock Soriano. Coming in 4th is Dan Wolf. Coming in 3rd is Andrea Spatz. I'm in 2nd. I was overtaken by Mark Janender today, which I was so happy to see that he has just come on like a barnstorm. So those are the top fundraisers, individual fundraisers. We have several honorable mentions in the $5,000 category. So we had lots of really great fundraisers this year. The top fundraising teams are the 5th largest team was Temple Beth Am. Then it was the West Side Riders in 4th, Team Camp JCA Shalom, Ramah Roadies in 2nd, and number 1 was the Wilshire Boulevard Temple Camps. And you guys were amazing. All of your teams and individual fundraisers. I couldn't say enough about the dedication and the efforts that you put in to get us to over 700,000 in terms of donations. I wanted to introduce our next speaker, which will be Hannah Hotchberg. She is a Camp Ramah camper currently. She's in the group called Soalim, which are rising 12-year-olds. She was co-captains with Tova Bodner, and the two of them were able to get part of the Ramah Roadies team to raise over $1,100 just for their group, their Adah, and it was amazing to see. And so I turn it over to Hannah to say a few words, and thank you again, everyone, for your participation.
Hi, my name is Hannah Hochberg. I am 12 years old. I participated in Tortoise summer camps for Camp Ramah because I wanted to help kids get scholarships to camp. I love Camp Ramah because it is a wonderful place to make friends and hang out with friends. This summer is going to be my 4th summer, and I hope the money we raised will give someone an opportunity to experience the magic of Camp Ramah. I've made some of my best friends at Camp Ramah, friendships that will last a lifetime. When we were at camp, we loved to go swimming, participate in bunk or tent activities, eat Ramah's famous chocolate muffins, and just hang out with friends and amazing counselors. This summer, my heart was broken when we could not go to camp because of COVID. I hope that no one will ever have to miss a summer of camp because they can't afford it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hannah. It is now my honor to introduce Rabbi David Eschel from Wilshire Boulevard Temple Camps and co-captain of their Tortoise Summer Camps team.
Oh, thank you, everyone. You know, when I was listening to people speaking in the beginning, I found it funny that there was so much apologizing for quote unquote stealing thunder, of sharing it. But truth is, you can never have enough, right? You can never have too much of gratitude and positivity. So it's not stealing thunder, it's only just making it more true. So I thank all of you. It's just beautiful. I'm sure we've all heard the following statement before in one form or another, that camp is not the real world. Well, I believe the opposite is true. Camp is actually a window into the real world, and the world we live in outside of that space and time is a world so often clouded by stumbling blocks and walls and fear. And it is our campers who will lead us to break through that window to actualize that real world all the time, rather than solely in the summer. Pirkei Avot, the ethics of our ancestors, chapter 2, verse 5 says, "B'makom she'en anashim ishtadel liot ish." And my interpretive translation, if you would allow me, in a place that lacks humanity, civility, and empathy, we must strive to be human and kind and full of compassion. But how do we do this? Everyone here on this call knows the answer. It's sending our children to camp. About 15 years ago, one of our leadership campers, our oldest unit at camp, said to me, "You know, Rabbi Eschel, we don't come to camp just to learn how to do something. Really, we come to camp to learn how to be someone, human, kind, empathetic, full of compassion." And now more than ever, our children need camp. They need camp to grow, to blossom, and to heal from the brokenness in our world. And then they will strive to repair it. So I guess not only do they need camp, we need them to have camp. So I thank you. I know our children thank you. And this next statement is far from hyperbole. I honestly believe with all of my heart and all of my soul and all of my might that the world will thank you for giving our children the gift of camp. It's now my honor to introduce to you one of our campers riding and raising funds right beside you, our co-captain, Hannah Lieberman.
Hi, my name's Hannah, and I rode and toured a summer camp because I just thought it was really, really important to raise money for people who couldn't afford to go to camp because it's such a big part of my life. And I'm so sad that camp got canceled this year because of COVID, but I really hope that we can go back next year. My favorite parts about camp are meeting all these new people, making lifelong friends, and doing all of these Jewish traditions. And it's really like a big part of my heart. So, yeah.
Thank you so much, Rabbi Eschel and Hannah. I would now like to introduce three sisters who are all part of the JCA Shalom family. Their mom is a JCA Shalom alum on the Shalom Institute board and the Shemesh Advisory Board. Please welcome Sophie, 14 years old, Maya, 11 years old, and Lila, 9 years old. Welcome, Schwartz family.
So we chose to be a part of Tour to Summer Camps because camp plays a really big role in our lives and our summers. It's really fun to go to camp, and the people there are amazing. The activities are amazing, and being at camp is just like magical in a way. Like camp is just amazing, and I can't wait to go back.
I really miss camp and cannot wait to go back, and especially for song session with Rabbi and the yummy banana bread.
Thank you so much for everything that all of you do to promote the joy of Jewish summer camp. As an alum, I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to go to Jewish summer camp, grateful that my kids get to go. And as Dave mentioned, camp is the real world, and we need to get the kids back. And I hope that they'll have the opportunity to be back this summer. And in the meantime, really thank all of you and all of the supporters of this amazing fundraiser. So go toward the summer camps. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. And the girls are adorable. And we hope to get everybody back to camp. So thank you everyone for joining our virtual Tour to Summer Camps Finish Line celebration. On behalf of the Federation, I want to thank again Rodney Freeman, Jeffrey Kaplan, all of our committee members, sponsors, donors, camp partners, and participants. So many of you are on the call today, and we couldn't do it without you. This is truly a community event. Give yourselves and everyone a big round of applause. We could not have done it without you. This concludes our program. You're welcome to stay on and say a few words to whoever you want to chat with. And we look forward to seeing you all in the summer of 2021 at camp. and again next year for Tour de Summer Camps. Thank you, everybody.